I want to give a special shout out to my patrons, my Bibliosprend, my Bibliosworn, and my Bibliomancers. Thank you so much for supporting my hobby and passion even more. It means so much to me. Hi everyone, Petrik here. Today's video will be a book haul video, a monthly book haul video, and this month I got 20 physical books. So yeah, that's another big haul. But to be honest, about 12 of them are actually manga, and I will include my manga book haul at the end of this video. Before I show you all the books and special editions I got this month, today's video is sponsored by Blackwell's Publishing. You all know by now how much I love collector or illustrated editions. Blackwell's Publishing has informed me they have released a new audiobook and collector edition for The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The new audiobook is narrated by Tanner Buchanan, the star of Cobra Kai. And along with it, the collector edition came with a brand new cover art and cover design, plus 4 full-colored interior artworks by Catherine Galloway English. I think this collector edition looks super stunning. The Great Gatsby has often been hailed as one of the great American novels, as it dives deep into the dark corners of the Jazz Age to tell a tragic tale of obsession, love, and the greedy underbelly of the American dream. It is not often such a beautiful collector edition, with full-colored interior artworks as well, be this affordable. Personally speaking, having great interior artworks in my novels tend to enhance my reading experience. Put some fun back in your reading with Blackstone Collector Edition or audiobook narration of The Great Gatsby. Order your copy of The Great Gatsby Blackstone Publishing Edition by following the link listed in the description down below. And speaking of special edition, I'm going to show you the first special edition that I got this month, and it is for The Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. This is the second book in the Bloodsworn saga, and this is Goldsboro edition. Yeah, this has some red spray edges, so gorgeous. And take a look at this. This one is super floppy. Ta-da! I don't know about you, but from my experience, it's actually kind of rare for me to get a UK edition that has a floppy edition to it. Whether it's hardcover or paperback, usually they are very stiff, and I love floppy. I love floppy paperback, I love floppy hardcover. So yeah, this is really great. And as always, this one is signed. This is number 130, just similar to my copies of A Time of Courage, A Time of Dread, A Time of Blood, and also The Shadow of the Gods. So yeah, I'm planning to keep this up for the third book, which I predict will be called The Battle of the Gods, or maybe The War of the Gods. We'll see. But regarding this book, I've read this one. I have included a full spoiler-free review for The Hunger of the Gods, and as always, I love everything by John Gwynne, and I look forward to reading the third book as soon as possible. And then the next book that I got is another special edition, and this one is Last Argument of Kings by Joe Abercrombie, and this is the Broken Binding edition. This marks the first completed set from the Broken Binding, and I am so thankful for it, because look at this. This is not only the cover art is beautiful, but take a look at the spray edges. Yeah, this one, when you line them together with the blade itself and before they are hanged, they form a connecting stars, and yeah, they're so gorgeous. And of course, the highlight is, hold on, the naked hardcover. See, this is the stars, and also you can see one of the iconic quotes from the series. You can never have too many knives, which is spoken by Logan Ninefingers a lot. So yeah, Joe Abercrombie and The First Law World is one of my favorite authors and one of my favorite series of all time. So I'm really thankful that I managed to get a copy of the hardcover edition for the First Law trilogy, which is, well, to be honest, impossible before the Broken Binding exists. As always, if you don't know about the Broken Binding yet, I highly recommend you to check them out, because they are a bookseller that will only keep on rising in the industry. I have no doubt about this. And then the next book that I got is another copy of The Age of Ash by Daniel Abraham. This is very odd, because this one is sent to me by Orbit Books, and Orbit Books, the hardcover edition of Age of Ash apparently arrived to me faster than this one. This one is the advanced reading copy edition. So with this arc and the hardcover and also the Goldsboro edition, that means I have 3 copies of Age of Ash by Daniel Abraham, and I really have to get to reading to this one, well, within this year. Daniel Abraham is one of my favorite fantasy authors, and I look forward to reading the first book in a new trilogy called the Kitamar trilogy. And once again, I am in love with this cover art by Daniel Doshu. The cover artist for The Expanse as well is just super stunning, and I think Lauren Panepinto did a great job in giving the right cover design for this book. And the next book that I got is a super thick one, and it is To Paradise by Hanya Yanagihara. So I haven't read anything by Hanya Yanagihara, but my wife really loved A Little Life, and I look forward to reading A Little Life, and also this one, Someday. Also, this book is incredibly thick. I mean, if you take a look at this, this looks like it's more than 1000 pages long, but actually this book is 700 pages. It's just the paper being used for this edition, the UK edition, is very thick. I don't know much or anything about To Paradise really. I think all I've heard about it is that this one is supposedly a bit similar to Cloud Atlas, or at least in scope, to Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. So yeah, I look forward to reading this someday. And next, I'm going to show you 3 self-published fantasy books that I got this month. And the first one is Gunmetal Gods by Zamil Akhtar. Isn't that one of the most intriguing title to a fantasy book that you've ever heard? I mean, Gunmetal Gods, that's, well, incredibly metal. And I didn't expect that I would get Gunmetal Gods. I mean, the next book that I'm going to show you is the one that I expected to get, but apparently Zamil Akhtar also sent me this book. I think Daniel Green did a great job in giving a review for Gunmetal Gods, and well, I look forward to reading this. This is the premise. They took his daughter, so Micah comes to take their kingdom. 50,000 gun-toting paladins march behind him, all baptized in angel blood, thirsty to burn unbelievers. Only the Janissaries can stand against them. Their living legend, Keva, once beheaded a magus amid a hail of ice daggers. But ever since his wife disappeared, he spends his days in a haze of hashish and poetry. To save the kingdom, Keva must conquer his grief and become the legend he once was. But Micah writes his own legend in blood, and his righteous conquest will stop at nothing. When the gods choose sides, a legend will be etched upon the stars. I think this book sounds incredible, and the next one is again by Zamil Akhtar, and this is, probably some of you know already, but this is for Lightblade. Yeah, I think this cover art looks super gorgeous. This is done by the same cover artist who did Gunmetal Gods. It is Me Blurt. Although Gunmetal Gods sounds super good, but I think I have a feeling that I will get to reading Lightblade first before I get to Gunmetal Gods, because this one just caught my attention so many times from the cover art, from the premise, and also from the reception so far. Yeah, I think I will be reading Lightblade first, hopefully within this year. And you should see this one. There is an interior artwork. I'm going to show you soon. Hold on. It's at the front of the book. See? Ta-da! Recently, Zamil Akhtar showed a special hardcover edition for Lightblade, and I think that one looks super good. Hopefully, one day he will make that limited edition, well, available for many people. Hopefully. But anyway, I hope this book will be great when I get to it, and I want to thank Zamil Akhtar for sending me this book and Gunmetal Gods. And the last self-published fantasy book that I got is A Touch of Light by Tiago Abdallah. But I want to show you something first. This one is incredibly damaged. This is the first book that came to my place in a super damaged condition. Yeah, this one is wet, and well, look at this. Yeah, you can't move it because yeah, well, it is super soaked. Yeah, I don't know what happened, and it was sent by UPS, but well, it happened even though it is signed. But thankfully, and this is very nice for the author, yeah, he sent me another copy, and this one is in pristine condition. So yeah, at the back it's written, how far would you go to resurrect someone you love? How long could you run from your past? And would you change who you are to show you belong? But the main premise is this. The world of Averin is tearing itself apart. The domain worships life. Its leaders lead eternal lives, and death is a shame that must not be mourned. But for the clans of the south, death is all that keeps the earth alive. Adrian is a prince of one of the domain nations. Church teachings say his grief is forbidden, but he will stop at nothing to return his loved one to worthiness, even if it means sacrificing his own. Lynn is a rogue elite warrior hiding from her past, but now an old enemy is rising, and running is no longer an option. Nasha is a gifted hunter hiding a terrible secret. A lifelong outcast, she desperately fights for belonging in the Ronar, a proud southern clan. Yet a changing world threatens more than just her status in the community, but now a terrifying foe creeps nearer, and the people of Averin must fight to save it, before death comes for them all. Dive into the sweeping epic fantasy saga where religion and politics are one. Magic brings terror into the hearts of men, and a looming blight threatens to tear everything down. And yeah, this one is also signed. So yeah, thank you so much, Tiago, for sending me another copy of A Touch of Light. I think the cover art done by Alejandro Colucci, which is a great cover artist, by the way. You should check out his portfolio. And yeah, the cover art looks super good. I really love this one. And I think overall, this hardcover is just well produced. Yeah, the paper feels thick. Look at this. and it's kind of floppy enough. And also, I forgot to say, there's also a chapter header for every chapter. Yeah, this is, I'm going to show you one here. Never mind, I'm just going to show you the one that's shown in the front page. Yeah, I think this is the probably the 5 chapter icon that will appear on this book. So yeah, I don't know much about A Touch of Light, except that this is, I think it's a grimdark fantasy, but Andrew Wizardy Reads did a full spoiler-free review on this book, and if I remember correctly, he really loved this one. So I hope that I will feel the same when I get to it. And finally, the last novel that I got is another box by Illumicrate, and this is In the Dark, yeah, for May 2022. But I received this one early this month. But before I show you the books, let me show you all the goods that I got inside this box first. First, there is this one. This is Nyx Goddess of Night collectible teacup. And hold on, I'm going to open this. Yeah, this is the teacup. See? Ta-da! I'm going to tell you the artist involved in this box after I show you all the goodies and also the book. And then the next item that I got is a journal, and I think this one is inspired by Su Lin Tan, yeah, the author behind Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which I haven't read, but yeah, this looks pretty, and I think this is a blackout journal. I think you should write something in this journal using white marker or maybe gold. Yeah. So take a look at this. Yeah, it's all in black. See? And next, I got a Monstrous bookmark. Yeah, see, this one is from the graphic novel Monstrous. I like Monstrous, by the way. I've read only 3 volumes of the graphic novel series, and I really have to continue. But yeah, this is a great bookmark, great looking bookmark, and it's designed by Daniel. And next, I also got Nyx Goddess of Night. This is a companion to the teacup, and this one is collectible saucer. Finally got it open, and ta-da! So you put the teacup here. See? Do I look elegant now? And finally, the last item that I got inside this box is this one. This is a Gravebone dagger. I think if you've read the book or the trilogy, you will know which weapon this is from. And yeah, this is from Nevernight trilogy by J. Christoph. I think, wow, this is a super cool souvenir. I mean, look at this. Ta-da! Ta-da! I love the Nevernight trilogy, and I think having this merchandise, well, it is a very nice bonus. So now I'm going to show you the book that I got within this box, and it is Book of Night by Holy Black. I think this is Holy Black's first adult fantasy book, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I think this is, look at this. The end paper looks super beautiful, and I haven't read anything by Holy Black yet, but I think Holy Black is an author that's super popular in the YA community, so whenever I get to this one, I hope that this will be a great first adult fantasy. And this is the premise for the book. Charlie Hall has never found a lock she couldn't pick, a book she couldn't steal, or a bad decision she wouldn't make. She spent half her life working for gloomies, magicians who manipulate shadows to peer into locked rooms, strangle people in their beds, or worse. Gloomies guard their secrets greedily, creating an underground economy of grimoires, and to rob their fellow magicians, they need Charlie. Now she's trying to distance herself from past mistakes, but going straight isn't easy. Bartending at a dive, she's still entirely too close to the corrupt underbelly of the Berkshires, not to mention that her sister, Posey, is desperate for magic, and that her shadowless and possibly soulless boyfriend has been keeping secrets from her. When a terrible figure from her past returns, Charlie descends back into a maelstrom of murder and lies. Determined to survive, she's up against a cast of doppelgangers, mercurial billionaires, gloomies, and the people she loves best in the world, all trying to steal a secret that will allow them control of the shadow world and more. So yeah, this is a lovely edition, and this book comes with a letter from the author herself. Ta-da! See? And of course, it's signed as well. And yeah, I look forward to reading this someday. Again, this one has a spray adjust black, and the naked hardcover looks like this. There's Liber Noctem written on the front cover, and at the back is, let me just read it to you. Charlie Hall at her best when doing her worst. Whenever she tried to create something, it broke apart in her hands. But blowing something up, there, Charlie had an unerring instinct for greatness. And this is the spine, the naked spine. And now I'm going to tell you the artists involved in this box. For the Gravebone dagger replica, it is designed by Stacey McAvoy, and the Goddess of Night teacup and saucer, it is It is illustrated by Neil Grant. For the The Night Blackout Journal, it has an artwork by Blanca Montiel. And finally, for the Monstrous Metal bookmark, it is designed by Daniel. So yeah, once again, I think Illumicrate did another great job on this edition. And as always, make sure to check out Illumicrate's website. I'm going to link the link to the website in the description down below. And make sure to use my code Petrik5 when you're going to subscribe for the 3 months and 6 months subscription. Now lastly, I'm going to show you the 12 physical manga that I got within this month. And the first one, this is a continuation of last month's book haul, and that is for Berserk Deluxe Edition. So this is volume 6, and this is volume number 7, and also I got volume number 9. Yeah, this is the ultimate edition, in my opinion, for reading Berserk, and yeah, Berserk hardcovers, and they are looking super damn fine. I love this edition so much, and as you can probably tell, I'm missing number 8 and number 10 right now, so it's kind of a weird number, but I definitely will collect them someday. At the moment, I just finished reading the newest chapter of Berserk, and I love them. They exceeded my expectations, and I look forward to reading the continuation. I don't know regarding the future of this edition though, and well, whatever it is, if there's more volume to this edition, I will get them whenever I have the money anyway, because this edition is not cheap. I think each book is like $35 or $50. So yeah, this is very expensive. And the next 7 volumes of manga that I got, it's for Record of Ragnarok by, well, this is done by 3 artists. So the art is done by Azi Chika, the scenario is done by Shinya Umemura, and the manga storyboard is done by Takumi Fukui. I've actually read this manga series up to, I think, the 9th volume or the 10th volume. But anyway, Nick Martel, the author behind the Kingdom of Liars, recommended this manga series to me. And because I really enjoyed reading this one, this is a great action manga series. And well, this is about a group of gods from mythologies around the world that want to end the world. A Valkyrie suggests that before they decide to completely end the world, I think it's only fair that humans get to decide their fate. So the Valkyrie suggests the gods fight, the 13 gods fight the 13 strongest humans in the history of humanity. So you will see like this one, this is Thor, this one is Thor, and this is Lubu. Yeah, a very, very popular and strong Chinese general in the past. And also you will see like this one, this is Adam, and this is Zeus. More than that, I'm going to just let you find out for yourself. This is a manga with interesting premise, and I think the actions in this one, the battles, the duels, they are incredible. If you love action scenes, you will have to get to this one. And by the way, this is the Indonesian edition. I don't think the English edition has released the physical copy anyway. I don't think they have released this many volumes yet. And another Indonesian edition that I got is for Blue Lock, with the story by Muneyuki Kaneshiro and the artwork by Yusuke Nomura. This is the 3rd volume. Again, this is one of my favorite ongoing manga series right now. It is a great sports manga, and whether you are a fan of sports or not, I really recommend you to read this one, because this is about to take the world of manga and anime by storm, especially when the anime adaptation dropped within this year. So make sure to check this one out. And the artworks inside Blue Lock, well, it is amazing. I love this one so much. And finally, the last book that I got within this month, it is Solo Leveling, and this is volume 4. Yeah, this is Solo Leveling manhwa, and again, this is one of my favorite manhwa series of all time. And the online edition for Solo Leveling is finished now. I still haven't read it. And yeah, I am looking forward to reading this manhwa to its completion. And in the meantime, I am rereading Solo Leveling every time a new volume came out. So if you haven't jumped to this one, I highly recommend this. I mean, take a look. It's all full colored and it looks like this. How could you resist something like this? I mean, yeah, and the story is super fast-paced, engaging, and so many epic scenes in this one. I love Solo Leveling, and I definitely will collect every volume in this manhwa series. So that's all the novels and manga that I got within this month. Do let me know which books or which manga series that intrigue you the most here, and well, as always, do let me know which books you got within the month of June. As always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. Bye bye. Lastly, I want to say thank you so much once again to all my patrons who keep on supporting me.